If you've been keeping an eye on the Brookside North community here in Fields Frisco, then I thought it was about time I came back out and gave you a meaningful update. You see, it's been several months now since I came out and recorded a video that broke down everything this community had to offer. I gave you the information on the 50-foot, 60-foot, and 70-foot series homes that were being built, and also explained what made this one of the most desirable luxury communities in all of Frisco. If you're interested, I've got a link to that video in the description below. Now, since that time, well, things have changed a little bit. Despite what many buyers may assume, the fact that sales have been slower or massive builder incentives are available, that's not always the case, and it varies from community to community. As a matter of fact, the opportunities here in Brookside North are actually tightening. They're not expanding. As a matter of fact, there are now actually only two 50-foot series lots remaining, and that changes the conversation. If we haven't met before, my name is Andrew with the Andrew Smith team, eXp Realty here in Frisco, Texas, and I help my clients make strategic buying and selling decisions here in Frisco and prosper, particularly when it comes to luxury and new construction homes. Now let's talk about what has changed here in Brookside North. Now here at Brookside North, the Select Series is what would be considered the entry point, or the entry level if you like. These are the homes being built on the 50-foot wide lots. They're roughly 3,350 to over 3,500 square feet, and the pricing on those starts at around 1.2 million, if 1.2 million can really be considered entry level. But you know, it's the community itself. You've got top rated Frisco ISD. You're really close to the Frisco PGA Center, so you've got the golf courses. You've got Fields West retail being built just a stone's throw from here, not to mention the trails, and you're in walking distance to the amenity center as well. So it's been very, very popular with buyers in the area. But as mentioned earlier, there are now only two lots left. And once they're gone, there will not be another release of 50-foot wide lots for at least a year, which means the entry price into Brookside North effectively is only going to go up. I'm not saying that to create urgency, it's just the facts of the situation. So if this community has been on your radar, it's at least worth understanding what your options are with regards to timing and the lots that are remaining before they actually disappear. And just one thing to point out, it's always been a very smart move when you're trying to get into a community like this. If you can buy in the entry series and find a floor plan that fits your needs, and all of the homes that you're surrounded by are larger and more expensive, that is usually a very good investment. When the entry-level series of homes in any community, like here in Brookside North, starts to sell out, that puts additional pressure on the next tier up of homes, which brings us to the 60-foot series. Now, the 60-foot series here in Brookside North is known as the Prestige Series. These homes start at about $1.6 million, and they go up from there depending upon your structural upgrades and any of the finishes that you want to pick. Now, I will say that in the current phase, there's only about 10 lots remaining, and these happen to be the absolutely largest 60-foot lots available here in Brookside North. And when I say largest, yes, they're all 60 feet wide, but these lots are actually deeper than any of the others that are going to be released. Once the current selection of 60-foot lots sells out, this is where the next section is going to be built. We are on the far west side of Brookside North. The homes that you see in the distance there, that is the original Brookside community. And these lots here are scheduled to be released later this summer. Now, this section of the 60-foot series is going to have approximately 26 lots. And what I want to point out is as soon as those are sold, both the 50s and the 60s then move, if you like. The next release of those, as mentioned on the 50s, are well over a year away, and they are going to be accessed off of Legacy Drive rather than Fields Parkway. And in master plan communities like this, earlier phases typically carry different pricing than the later ones. And in this case, especially with the proximity to Fields West, which is scheduled to come online in 2027. As that does, and those new lots start to open, pricing is only going to go up. So again, right now in Brookside, we're seeing compression at the entry level on those 50-foot lot and a transition to the more premium level on the 60s and the 70s. The 70-foot or reserve series of homes here in Brookside North range from roughly 4,400 to over 5,200 square feet of living space, and prices for these homes start at right around $2 million. Now, even though these homes are priced at $2 million and up, sales have remained incredibly strong, selling at a pace of approximately 1 to 2 per month, which is incredibly good considering the price point and shows the demand here in Frisco for these luxury properties. Now, as I mentioned just a moment ago, whenever you buy a home in a community that is surrounded by larger and more expensive homes, that is only good for your investment long term. So right now I'm standing directly across the street from Brookside North, and the homes that you see directly behind me are in the area, a gated community here in Fields known as the Preserve. Now, the homes in this section range from about 3 to 20 million. I bring this up because this context reinforces the long-term luxury positioning of this entire corridor. So when you buy a home here in Brookside North, you're really not just buying a home, you're buying into a complete vertically stacked luxury environment. Now, if you're looking for a home that's going to be ready a bit sooner, they do currently have one inventory home in the 60-foot series currently available. It's the home that you see directly behind me. It's the really popular Brookside plan. It's currently listed just a little under 1.9 million, and this is scheduled to be completed in June. Now, this particular floor plan comes with 5 bedrooms, 5.5 bathrooms, in just under 4,500 square feet of space. Now, out back, there is a beautiful 30-foot covered patio. You're also going to get an outdoor kitchen and a wine room included in this plan. So if you're someone that wants size, without the uncertainty with regards to completion on the timing, without waiting until new phases or new lots become available, then this could be just the home for you. Now, one additional factor worth noting is that this past week, mortgage rates dipped below 6%. And when rates drop, especially when they cross a threshold like that 6% number, buyer confidence tends to improve. It gets people off of the fence. They feel more optimistic about where things are heading. And when you have a community, or you're interested in a community where supply is already tightening, particularly at the entry point into that community, absorption gets accelerated. Now, that's not a statement about rushing. It's just about understanding what happens in the sequence of events, if you like. So here we've got the entry level into Brookside North is compressing. There's only 2 lots remaining currently. You've got the absolute best lots in the 60-foot series selling out quickly. On the top tier, the 70-foot reserve series, well, those sales remain incredibly active. So when those factors align, the leverage conversation starts to shift in a meaningful way. If Brookside North is a community that you've been keeping your eye on, or maybe it's even on your short list, maybe now is the time for us to sit down and go over all of your options. Now, as always, I offer a free 30-minute consultation. There is a link in the description below to my calendar. No pressure whatsoever. It simply would give us a chance to go through your timing, talk through pricing, and just basically understand all of your options so that you can make the best decision for you and your family. So check out that link, go ahead and book a time on my calendar, and I would be more than happy to talk to you. So thanks for spending some time with me here today as I updated you on what's going on here in Brookside North, and we will see you in the next video.